Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, this is Living in the Ozarks. And on this channel, we go over everything you will ever need to know when it comes to living in or moving to Southwest Missouri and Northwest Arkansas. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the cost of living, going through all of the different types of bills and every little thing you would ever need to know when it comes to the cost of living here in Northwest Arkansas. So stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris Moutry and I'm with the Agent Plus Real Estate Group. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, we drop videos every single week showing you what it's like to live and to move to the Southwest Missouri area and the Northwest Arkansas area. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, then go ahead and click that subscribe button as well as the bell. That way you're notified every time we put a new video out every single week. And now we are licensed real estate agents here in the state of Arkansas as well as Missouri. So if you guys are even thinking about making the move here, as much as we love making these videos for you, we would love even more to help you accomplish your real estate goals. But the only way that we can do that is if you reach out to us. You can give us a call, shoot us a text, or you can email us if you prefer to contact us that way. However you guys want to reach out, go ahead, and we would absolutely love to help you accomplish your real estate goals here. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this video where we're going to go over and show you the cost of living here in Northwest Arkansas. So now we're going to go over and show you the cost of living, yes, but just to say up front here, this is going to be for the entire Northwest Arkansas area. So that's going to be, you know, from Bella Vista, Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale, Fayetteville, and all the other little cities and suburbs in between there. So this is going to be kind of general information for all these areas, but we are going to go over specific house prices in these different cities and some other stuff. But we're going to give you, by the time this video is done, you should have a really good idea and at least be able to know what to expect when moving here. All right, so the first thing that we have to talk about whenever we're talking about the cost of living in this area obviously has to be the housing prices. So we're gonna go over the four main cities here in Northwest Arkansas and show you what the average home price was year to date for 2021. So Bentonville is coming in around $350,000 for the average home sale price. And then Rogers and Springdale are also hovering right around the $300,000 mark. And then Fayetteville is around $300,000 to $325,000. So if you are looking to buy a home in these main cities, then this is honestly, for the most part, for the whole Northwest Arkansas area, this is really the average sale price that we are seeing is that $300,000 to $350,000. So that's the average home sale price for 2021 is going to be $300,000 to $350,000 depending on where you actually pick to move to. So now just to give you a really rough monthly breakdown of that, we're going to use the average home sale price of $325,000. So we're going to split it in the middle, and using that now, just to say this before we go into this monthly breakdown though, is this is a very general, and I can almost guarantee you this is not going to actually equate to what your monthly payment is really going to end up being. But this will at least give you a good idea. You know, we're not factoring in mortgage insurance, anything like that. This is just a real quick monthly breakdown just to give you a general estimate and idea of what you can expect for your monthly payment to be for a house costing $325,000. So if you found a house for $325,000 and you put 20% down for your down payment, and then you had a modest interest rate of 3.5%, that's going to bring your monthly bills to just under $1,200 per month for your mortgage payment. So if that is the price range that you are looking at, now like I said, this can definitely go up depending on how much you put down and a lot of other factors too. So you definitely need to get with your lender and just talk and just walk through this with them. That way you know exactly what to expect. If you guys are moving here and you don't already have a lender, I cannot recommend enough finding a local lender for the area, because they're going to know all of the different programs and maybe some other things that you can qualify for, or you know, just different things that are specific to this area that might really help you save on that down payment or on the monthly payment. But if you are going through it and you just want a rough estimate of what your monthly mortgage payment would be, this ought to be a really good idea to at least start at, to where you know what you're going to be paying for. Now the other big thing is that 20% down. So if this is your first time purchasing a home, or if you haven't bought one in quite some time, a lot of people think that they have to put that 20% down. That is definitely not the case. There's different kinds of programs. For instance, if you are a veteran, then you can go a VA loan with 0% down. There's FHA loans and different things to where you can get it down to around 3.5% down. Conventionals can go down to like 5%. It all really just comes down to your specific situation. And like I said, that's where you need to talk with your lender and they can figure all that out for you. But do not be afraid if you don't have 20% down, because there's a ton of ways that we can get around that. Most of the time, it's not always, but most of the time we see people paying a lot less than 20% down. All right, so continuing with the housing cost, let's go ahead and talk about the monthly utility cost. So if you have a modest, normal size house here in Northwest Arkansas, you know, say around 2,000 square feet, then you are going to be paying around $200 to $250 a month for your utilities. Now that's just going to be your basic utilities. So your electric, your water, your trash, all of the basics is going to be around that, you know, that 175 to 250. It just really depends on, you know, how much you actually use, but that is a good estimate, that 200 to 250 a month for your monthly utilities. Now, going along with that, let's talk about internet. So of course, people are moving to different areas now, especially after the pandemic. People are realizing that they can work from home more than they used to be able to. So you're gonna want some good internet if that is your situation. And for a good internet provider around here, you're gonna be paying around $60 to $80 a month. I pay $60 per month for pretty decent internet. So that's kind of what I'm basing a lot of this off of, is my own bills. So for internet, $60 a month should get you there. If not just a little bit more, but $60 a month is a great place to start for your budgeting. All right, so the next one that I want to talk about is going to be transportation. Now I do want to say this first. Northwest Arkansas definitely has a lot of walkable areas, but if you live here, you're going to want your own vehicle for transportation. You know, if you live in Bentonville, you know, downtown, or in some of these different areas, there's definitely is a lot of places where you can get out, and it is very walkable. There's also a lot of places that it's not though. If you like to ride your bike around a lot, that is a huge thing here. We are the mountain biking capital of the world, so that is a huge, you know, kind of culture here that a lot of people partake in. But if you are, you know, but if you're doing something, well, say you live in Fayetteville or in Bella Vista or any of these other places, most of the time you're going to be going back and forth to different cities, whether you work in one of these different cities, or you know, you live in Fayetteville and you want to go on a date night with your spouse up to Rogers or Bentonville. Just a lot of different things that you can take advantage of here, but you're definitely going to need your own car. A lot of people who move here ask if it's walkable and if they can get around just using the public transportation. And I always tell them that I would highly recommend that you bring your own vehicle or purchase one once you get here if you do not already have one. The biggest thing is, like I said, just taking advantage of all the cool stuff that you can do here in the different cities, plus taking a quick drive out to the lake and all the other fun stuff. But the public transportation, to hit on that really quick, I feel personally that it's lacking. They are doing a lot of things here to try to improve that, but I just don't think it's up to par with other metros of our size, and we are growing and growing and growing. By the year 2045, we are predicted to double our population to that 1 million to 1.1 million. So in my opinion, they're really gonna have to get a lot better with the public transportation here, and if that's something that you rely on and that's just a must-have, then there's definitely some workarounds here. And of course, we have Uber, you know, Lyft, taxis and all that stuff, and some other buses and different things here. But in my opinion, it's just not really up to par with where it should be with a city and a metro of this size. But but hopefully that will get fixed in the future. But for right now, you're definitely going to need your own vehicle. And with having your own vehicle, obviously you are going to have to pay for gas. So let's go over some gas prices here. So I just filled the car up yesterday, and it was about $2.85 per gallon. It was setting around $2.70 for most of the the last 2 or 3 months. But this is July 2021, and the price per gallon just yesterday here in Northwest Arkansas was about $2.85. Now, one more thing that I want to hit on when it comes to transportation and vehicles is going to be the sales tax whenever you are registering and getting your car legal to actually drive. So the sales tax here is 6.5% on a vehicle. Now, if you purchase a car under $4,000, now I don't know if I would recommend that, because obviously what kind of really reliable car can you purchase for under $4K? But if you do and you find a great deal, maybe you have a friend that's selling you something and he's giving you a really good deal on it, and you get it for under $4,000, you actually don't have to pay sales tax here. But now say you buy a car for $10,000, you still have to pay sales tax on the entire $10,000. So you don't just have to pay it on 6 because of that $4,000 mark. It is still the entire purchase price of that vehicle, and that's going to be 6.5%. Now, one good thing that is coming in 2022, at least this is what I have heard, is that vehicles between the prices of $4,000 and $10,000 are actually the sales tax is going to be lowered to 3.5%. So if you're over $10,000, you are still going to be paying that 6.5% sales tax. But if you're in that $4,000 to $10,000, then you're going to be paying only 3.5%, and anything under $4,000 is going to be 0 sales tax. And then referring to title and registration, all of that fun stuff, $20 to $30 or $40 depending on the type of vehicle that you have should get you there for your title and your registration. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on with taxes. Since we just covered the transportation, the sales tax on a vehicle, I'm going to pull up my iPad here and actually read off some of the numbers that I have here, because there's quite a few. And if I try to remember them and say them back to you, they're probably going to be all over the place. So I'm going to read these numbers off for you. The one thing I do want to say is Arkansas is definitely a very high sales tax state whenever you look at the state sales tax, the county, and the city. So I'm going to read this here. So you have Arkansas state sales tax, like we've already discussed, is 6.5%. Then the main counties here in Northwest Arkansas are going to be like your Benton and your Washington County. So in Benton County, you have an additional 1%, and in Washington County, you have additional 1.5%. And then the cities are going to be anywhere between an additional 1 to 2% on top of that. So total sales tax here is going to range anywhere from 9.5 to that 10% mark just for your sales tax. So if you are someone who does a lot of shopping, or if you have a spouse who enjoys shopping, we all do, just how it is, but that is definitely something to take in account when it comes to the cost of living here. You are paying quite a bit more in sales tax than if you come from a state that has a lower sales tax. For instance, I came from Joplin, Missouri, and the sales tax there is way lower than what we're paying here. And I have a wife, she enjoys shopping, so we definitely felt that whenever we first got here. Just something to keep in mind though, you definitely want to watch out for that sales tax, because it can definitely add up. In fact, I believe that Arkansas is ranked like number 3 or number 4 for the highest sales tax for a state in the country. So we definitely do have the higher sales tax here. Now the next type of tax that I want to hit on is going to be your property tax. So property tax here, it's going to depend and vary greatly, or a great deal, depending on where you actually wind up here, your different counties and your cities. But the general rule that we tell a lot of people, and this is usually pretty true and holds true for most of the Northwest Arkansas area, is for every $100,000 of assessed value, not your actual home price or anything like that, but of assessed value, you are going to be paying about $600 for every $100,000 assessed value for your property. And now, like I said, that's definitely going to depend on where you actually end up here, but that's a general rule that we usually see actually stays true for most of the Northwest Arkansas area. And now just to hit on income tax really quick, the top individual income tax per person actually dropped from 6.6% this year to 5.9%. So we did get a tax break there, but hey, we're not complaining. We will take a break wherever we can get it, as I'm sure you will too whenever you move here. And now Arkansas is pretty friendly whenever it comes to taxes for retirees as a state. The Social Security income is completely in income tax-free. And now Arkansas does offer some other deductions. It's something like $6,000 for things such as pensions and IRAs. So whenever it comes to retirees who are thinking about moving here, it really is a pretty good place whenever it comes to the taxes. All right, so now here is a big one that I want to hit on that I don't think enough people take into account whenever they are moving somewhere new or looking to move somewhere new possibly, and that's going to be your child care. So childcare can definitely be expensive, and it's obviously a main priority if you are moving here and both you and your spouse work, or if you're single and you have kids that you have to take care of. Obviously you're going to need some type of childcare. So the average weekly amount that we see here for childcare, I would say, is anywhere from $150 to $200. Obviously that can vary a great deal like all these other things, but that's a good base amount to start with your budget. Now, and then if you're looking for to put your kids in places such as a private school or anything like that, then obviously it's going to be more whenever you go up to, into like grade school and all these other things, obviously. But just for your child care, for like daycare or anything like that, I would say honestly about $200 per week is definitely going to get you there. The biggest thing is just the availability of getting into these places. And that's what I mean whenever I don't think people take enough or put enough focus on this whenever they're moving to a new place. Because if you get here and you just think that you're gonna find your kid a place to go for a daycare or anything like that, but if you can't, then you are in a world of trouble, obviously, because you have to take care of your child. And then the other thing is you might be in a position where that puts you in a position because you didn't take care of it beforehand to where you actually get your kid into a bad place, which obviously that would be, the worst case scenario there. But the one thing that I definitely tell everyone who reaches out to us, if you have kids and you are looking for a daycare and you're gonna need to put them somewhere immediately once you get here, feel free to reach out to us, call us, text us, email us, all that stuff, and just tell us that in there so that we can start finding places, seeing if, we can give you our recommendation of a few different places that we personally used or that we know is very highly recommended in the area, that we know is in good areas, is safe, and all that good stuff. So if that's something that would be helpful for you guys, and like I said, reach out to us and we would love to help you find a place to get your kids into a good daycare. All right, so the one other thing that I want to do here is, it's not so much cost of living, it is kind of, but I just want to kind of give you a breakdown of what I think that the amount of money you actually need to make here to live comfortably here in Northwest Arkansas. What is the amount of money that you need to make here per year to live comfortably here in Northwest Arkansas? Now, I'm not talking about the amount of money that you need to have extra to put into savings, to go buy a new truck, a car, a boat, or anything like that. This is more so just the bare minimums to where you can live in a decent place, drive a decent car, always have food on the table, be able to, take care of your everyday needs, pay all of your bills, and live in a decent area too. Now this, like I said, not putting anything into savings, anything like that, just what you need to live here and to not, I don't want to say struggle, because obviously that's going to depend on what your lifestyle is like and all of these other factors that go into that. But I think, in my opinion, the number that you need to live here and to be somewhat comfortable is right around $50,000. Now, obviously, you can make it on a lot less, you can make it on a lot more. I know that I used to make it on quite a bit less, and I'm sure that some of you have too. But this is just a good number that I think really works for, if you want to come here, you may not be able to do a lot of things, like I said, but you'll be able to take care of your everyday needs. And that's getting, like I said, that's going to be that $50,000 mark. And the good news is here in Northwest Arkansas, those four main cities, the Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale, and Fayetteville, the median household income for those four cities is right at $60,000. So it's definitely possible for you to make that type of money here pretty easily, as long as you take your time, get a decent job, or work somewhere until you can get that decent job. So it's definitely possible for you to make that kind of money here. Obviously, you can make a lot more too. We have a great job market here. There's jobs all the time. We have a pretty low unemployment rate, and we have tons of opportunity here when it comes to new jobs and these different growing businesses that we are seeing being developed here. Obviously, it's home of Walmart. So if you are someone who wants to go work at Walmart, there's endless opportunity here for you. And talking about Walmart, which plays a huge factor into what I'm about to say now, the city of Bentonville, the median household income is actually just over $80,000. So we definitely see a higher income there as well. So if you are looking to move here and just wanted to get an idea of what you would need to live comfortably here, I would say it's right around that $50,000 mark. Of course, more is always better, but the one good thing is that if you do move here and that is kind of your your income range, there is a lot of free things that you can do here too. So you can go out and enjoy all of the different lakes here. There's tons of walking, hiking, and biking trails. There's just a ton of stuff that you can take advantage here that cost little to no money, and that you can really have a good life here and be comfortable on that type of an income. So with that all being said, if you guys are looking to make the move here, we would absolutely love to help you accomplish that. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email if you prefer to contact us that way. However you guys want to reach out, go ahead and reach out, and we'd absolutely love to help you make the move here. And of course, if you have not already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell. That way you are notified every time that we drop a new video every single week here on this channel, talking about moving to and living in the Ozarks, which we are including in places such as the Southwest Missouri and Northwest Arkansas area. But feel free to reach out to us, that way we can help you make the move here. And now there should be some more videos popping up here now showing you even more of what it's like to live and to move to these different areas. So feel free to click on one of those and check out some more of the information that we have for you. And until the next time, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you on the next one.